Well, ladies and gentlemen, I need to get myself some money, and pretty quickly. There are things that I need to do to help develop this farm, and I haven't got enough capital to do it as it stands, which means I need to go after some more contracts here. Which something I didn't really want to do at this stage of the day is get on to a lot more baling contracts, but needs must. We're going to try and get as close to £70,000 as we can. To do that, we have had to buy one bit of equipment already, which should get us on our way. We bought a bigger rake. We've traded ours in. This was on the discount sale, so we've been able to pick this one up for about 10 grand and then minus our trading value as well. So it's going to really speed things up. We've got twin mowers now, so we can put our two rows into one and we can really get after it. We're going to have a worker coming to help us to drive the baler behind us so we can get this road up. This is going to be silage bales, so we need to come in pretty quickly after the fact there and get it all wrapped up as well, and then cart it away. There are also 6 other baling contracts, which means we have ourselves a bit of a baling contract challenge that we can do, and that's what we're going to do over the next 24 hours. So with that being said, at approximately 10:43 in the morning, I now announce and confirm that the baling 24-hour challenge is a go. Let's get after it. All right, and so we're away. The idea being here that we're going to row up at least our two swaths into one here. We may even get a cheeky third on the go there once we get into the swing of things here. I just need to figure out what that looks like, but ultimately I think we'll probably just keep it to the 2 so we know where we're going here. By doing this though, we can really control or speed up what we're doing in terms of our output. Baler's coming along there nicely as well, and it'll allow us to get as much of this cleared as possible. We've got 2 silage fields down for contracts here. We're in field 64, which is just over the road from our yard really, and we've got field 29 to go into as well. Once those 2 are done, we then ditch the wrapper, we pick up the tedder, and we need to get some hay made as well. We're doing October hay, if you can believe it or not, which is why we're going to have to be pretty quick on the draw here, because ultimately the weather's not going to stay this good forever. It is going to get cloudier this afternoon. Lord knows what tomorrow's going to look like. But ultimately, this is going to give us the opportunity to bring in a lot of revenue, get us hopefully over, comfortably over 100 grand. And what I want to do is a few things. I want to buy a new tractor. I have a tractor set out in mind already. The model that we're going to go for though is going to be quite expensive. It's going to be looking at around about 70 grand, I think, all in. So it's going to cost us a fair bit to get it done. But I also need a few other bits of equipment to get me through the winter months there, and ideally take on a few more contracts. I'm thinking of some sort of seed drill, for example, so I can not only drill my own ground, but also be able to take on a little bit more work as and when is necessary. So that is the plan that I'm looking into. I might also look to see if there's bargains that we can pick up along the way there, but ultimately I need to have money put aside so that I can survive through the winter, and I can also, if I have to, look to you know, to add any new buildings in or whatever it may be. We're just going to let this guy catch up a little bit because he does have to stop for his bales. So I mean, this is going to half the speed with mowing, with twin mows now, as you can see how they're kind of grouped up there. I could come along and just do all this with the one swath at a time, but realistically, you know, it's going to take a lot longer. It's also already going to take quite a bit of time there, so we will just keep chugging our way through and get this all tied up and looking good. The more and the sooner we can get this done, the sooner we can get onto the hay ground. And hopefully, like I say, we're not going to stop for 24 hours. We're going to bring you along for the ride as we do, not for the whole thing, obviously. I'm not recording that much, but what we're going to do is bring you little updates as and when we progress through and see what that all looks like there. So that is very much going to be the plan. We're going to go this way around here. Sure, this won't backfire on me. But it's also nice that we've got a larger rake now as well. But what that will also mean, not sure if this will fit into one of our sheds. So maybe we have to expand again with another shed, with a bigger shed this time, one that we can actually fit the combine into properly, and also get this rake under. That might be something we have to do. We've already got quite a few bales on the go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bales from one headland there. There's going to be a lot of wrapping and stacking to do here. I nearly sold our telehandler, the small little telehandler, for something else, but in reality, when I looked at it, it wasn't really gonna get much money back for it, so it didn't make the greatest amount of sense to do so. So we've kept it. We'll keep cracking along with it anyway, and we'll see how we get on. What I think we'll do now though is just push through this field here with a little bit of extra gusto. We've got another field, like I say, to go to, so we'll bring you along for those rides and see where we end up. Strap yourself in. There's a lot of grass work. Big episode for you baling fans out there, and we'll see how we get on. Now, as luck would just have it, we are nearly finished the first field here, and what do you think? Great demand for farmers market bales. Where is the farmer's market? Are we taking any bales to it? I believe it might be up there. Right now, I'm going to have to take mine to the biogas plant, but these next contracts here, town stores, farmer's market, town stores, folly down. Okay. So we could. What we could also do though as well is we do have a handful of our own bales that we could take there maybe as well. So that could be something that works out. We're nearly finished here. As you can see, we're on to the last few spots here. It is indeed possible to get those all into one, or 3 into 1 really. So you've just got to kind of judge it right. Get the width right there as well. But we're all good. So that's speeding things up quite a lot again. So what we're going to do now is follow up here. We're going to shoot on over to the other field, get that bale. Then we're going to have a bit of a wrapping session. I'm going to drop some beats and spit some bars, and then also wrap some round bales as well whilst I do it. So that is all going to be very handy indeed. We just come to the end here. That'll do for me. All right, first one is in the books. So what we'll do is move forward here. We'll just wait for the tractor bale to finish up. We're going to go... we're going to go back out, I think, towards... Where do we need to head to here? We're heading to field 29. So as long as we can get across that bridge there, which we can, I'm sure the farmer won't mind if we just beetle up the side of a field somewhere. But I'll go get this figured out anyway. We're going to go and just shut down the baler, man. Great first job there. Got a lot of bales in. And let's have a look-see, shall we? So far we've done 192 bales all in with that baler since we got there. So that's quite good. Quite good indeed. And then all we need to do now is lift this up and fold it up as well. So we're going to get this all taken over. We'll move the fleet over via convoy and we'll get ourselves going on the other side of things as well there. But lots to do still. We're an hour and a bit in. I think time's flying, so we've got a lot of bale to do very quickly. All right, convoy is away. We're going to go up this way. We're going to go with some speed. Speed and power is the key here. Speed and power. Now, that's one of the reasons why we're going to try and get the new tractor, because this Renault has power, but it does not have the speed. There's a 30k box in here, and this is a big area that we work in. So we really need to get that extra power, that extra grunt. So, with that being said, we're going to go up to a new machine, 100 and... With a boost on there, it comes into about 160, 170 horse, I do believe. So that's what we're looking for. Bear with. Directions. Sure, we'll just send it up here. And so yeah, that's why we need it, so we can get a bit more ground cover there. It's also going to allow us to do a little bit more work. We need to do things like plowing some of our own grassland for the first time, so we can get on with the cultivations there. So things like that do take a little bit of time. And this is our exit, our getaway strategy. Oh, but look, I mean, what a machine. We've got the front linkage on there and everything now. But yeah, I'm not going to get rid of this Renault. I'm going to keep it still, because what I'd love to do is to be able to do more jobs like this and hire in more workers to help out. All right, we're ready and we're going. So yeah, we're going to go off to the second field. Not too much of a drive to go to that, and we'll do this all again. Then you'll come find us when we're out wrapping. Okay, so, you're going to let me go. We have finished wrapping field number 1 of the 2 silage fields, and we're going to trundle on over back to the bigger one and get that taken care of as well. Time is ticking along. There's going to be a lot of bales to shift here. I think I have overestimated how long that might take. And what we might have to do, speed things up a little bit when it comes to the bale collection. I'm wondering if we lease a low loader so we can stick our telehandler onto the back, because otherwise it's going to take a little bit of time even just to get into the right position. So I'm going to look into that one, but before we even get to that, got a lot of bales to shift, so and a lot to wrap over at this big field here. So we're going to keep pushing through with that, see how we get along, and then we can see how we're going to attack the rest of the day. The day is still young, the challenge is still young as well. So, you know, we've got plenty of time in which to work with there. But yeah, making some progress at least. And then I think it's probably going to be, there's probably at least 2 trailer loads, I would say, from the field we just left. So there's easily going to be a 2.5, 3, I would say, at this field we're going to now. So that's going to take a lot of carting away. And it's going to the very north, I do believe. Yeah, right up by the store there. So It's gonna take some shifting, but we'll just have to get going with it, I think. Let's see how we can transition and get this big project done, and then we can move on. So, without any further ado, let's get this field wrapped up. Well, we're all done. Both fields are wrapped up there now, which is great. So we can get this taken back and think about how we're going to stock these up. I'm thinking for the scale of what we need to do today, it might be a little bit more advantageous for us to look at something a little bit different here. I just don't know what the cost implications of that will be. So let's have a look-see here. That can take the round bales. So if we were to lease that, that's not too bad actually. And then that'll allow us to really get flying through that. We don't need to worry about chasing around with a loader and a trailer and just be able to really forge ahead. So I think that's what we might well do. But first of all, let's just get this folded up. And we can head on back on over to the yard, which like I say is not too far away from here actually, which is good. So we'll get this parked up. Probably take the Renault, I think. We might have to put some mowers on, take some mowers off, but anyway, we'll figure out what that looks like. Although this tractor is a little bit quicker and it would be easier, so we might end up sticking with our guns here. So we're going to get this sorted out there. We're on to bale carton for the 2 silage jobs there. Get these done in the next hour or two. That's 20 grand in the bank, pretty much, which is a huge start off. So that is great. And then we'll probably end up doing a lot of mowing overnight. It's easy to do. A lot of fields lined up there. And we'll get as many of them knocked down as possible and then get the baler out after that. So stay tuned for that one. But yeah, onwards we go. We're going to spin out this way here and get ourselves back on over to the yard. So yeah, times are rumbling on there. It's 4:11 in the afternoon now. It's getting a little bit darker there, so we really do need to get cracking along. It's going to be a long old evening, but let's get going. It is getting pretty pitch out here, but we're cracking along anyway, and we've made some really good progress. We cleared the first field and we made about 9 grand plus surplus. So the contract itself was worth about 9 grand, but because there's so many bales on there, the ones that we sold after the contract was finished made us a fortune at the BJ. With that being said, we're into the second field here now. We can get about 20, I think it's 27 on the carrier behind us that we leased in the end, just to speed things up a little bit. So we'll see what it looks like when we clear this. We're currently 25% full. We'll take it over to a different location, just to the west of the map there. And yeah, we'll see how that comes together. But yeah, good sign so far. Happy with that. We'll be very keen to see how we progress through. And yeah, looking forward to it. But money is coming in now. We've already added 20 grand onto the total. So if we can get another return like that, that's 40 grand that, you know, really sets us on our way. And there's still plenty of time left in the day, or in the challenge at least, to increase what we have. So we're going to look to do that. But ultimately, yeah, this is a great start. Much quicker to do it this way. 2 grand as well. Bear in mind, we've already got that back by what we got from a surplus. So very, very pleased. And we will just continue to push along and get this field cleared nice and quickly. As long as there are bales out in front of me there, I'm just going to keep driving towards them, and we'll pick them all up. But yeah, we're about nearly halfway through there now, and we're flying, absolutely flying. So yeah, join us probably once we get this one finished, and I'll show you what we're looking like from a revenue standpoint. At this stage, with the money that we have, we could afford, if we just wanted to buy the tractor, we could do that, but it was going to pretty much empty our bank accounts, and that's not really what I want to be doing, because then it limits you in terms of how much you can do for contracts. You got to buy seed and fertilizer before you can take those on. So yeah, we need to be a little bit wise to that fact. But nonetheless, we'll keep going around, get this all cleared up there, and see what we're looking like at the end. This is the last one for this load. You can already see there's still a lot of bales around here, so this might be about 50% of the challenge, or of this field, sorry. I'm hoping for at least. I ended up going for the Renault on this, and I'm quite pleased I did in the end, because yeah, this can really feel that the trailer full of bales is on the back of it. So would have just been a bit too much of a struggle, I think, for the small Ford. And you know, yes, it's a little bit slower there, but I think that Ford would have been pretty much grinding throughout. Now, there's a bridge over here somewhere. There it is. Get on over here. Awesome. So up we go. Now, like I say, all of the contracts are pretty much all hay, and it's about to rain at some point today, so that's going to be great. That's going to really be very beneficial to what we're trying to achieve here. Get down the gear there. Oh, maybe another one as well. So we're going to have to think about what that looks like. Maybe we'll get everything mowed down and we'll see what that rain's going to do, and then make a decision from there. But yeah, that could be a little bit more of a nuisance than anything else, but it is what it is. We shall figure it out. Yeah, so it's terrain like this, it's small gradual hills like this that the Ford with its little 4 cylinders would have been pumping its guts out and not really enjoying itself, so it makes a lot more sense to me. It's a bit wider because that gateway is a little narrow. Need to get square on as possible to this. I mean that we can get spun back around quickly and get back into where we need to be. That's better. Alright, so we'll take this one away. Like I said, it's probably going to be one more load to do there, and then it'll be 2 contracts finished on with the mowers, and we can start plundering through some hay. Folks, you can see the stars around the moon. Is a pretty much full moon even this evening as well, which is going to be pretty apt for our wild evening ahead. It's nearly halfway through the challenge here, 10:15, about half an hour out. We have 2 fields of silage wrapped up, sold, and completed. That we did very well off those, actually, and we're looking really good, just sitting under £98,000. We have got 3 fields on the go at the moment. This field 24 that we're in, we have already got a big chunk of that mowed down now. And then 22 to the south has already been done. So has up by the yard there 127. We can only take 3 on at a time. So we're making some good progress with that one. But there's still a lot more to do. So we are indeed going to be going through the evening as I accidentally turn on hire worker. And yeah, let's see how much we can get done of this one here. What we really need to do is just get cracking, get this knocked down as quickly as possible. And then we're in a position where, yeah, we've got 3 to TED out. Once they've been TEDed, what we will likely do is get them all bailed up in convoy again, like we did for the silage bales. And then we can figure out where I need to take them to and sell them, because they're all typically 3 different locations. That being said, though, we'll get these 3 done and dusted, and then we'll move on to whatever we can find next, which should be, yeah, it's gonna be a lot to do. Now we're going to take a bit of a chunk off the middle here. I got 6 headlands done there, so that should be more than ample. Let's just go down about here. It's a bit of an odd shaped field. In fact, what we'll do is we'll just use the headland edge there as well. That'll work, and then we're good to go. Seem to have a bit of trouble with this. There you go, and off we are. So perfect. Yeah, so this is the plan, really. This is how we're going to try and crack on through there. If we can get these 3 of these fields done, there'll probably be a little bit of surplus as well that we'll take, and we'll, you know, we'll sell those straight off. The bales that we have in the yard, some of them have fallen over, so I want to get those all cleared up as well at some stage. But yeah, we'll see what we're looking like in the morning. Right now, there is rain due to come. I'm hoping that's not going to affect us too much, but we'll just keep cracking through this and see how we're looking at the, well, by sunrise, really. I would like to think we can get another contract done on top of the ones that we have here, but we'll have to wait and see. It is quite a large ask. There's a lot of work to do ahead of us here. So we're going to push through the evening. We're going to get this mowed down and throw it around with the tether. And then, yeah, we'll be on to hopefully a little bit more of baling, and then, yeah, baling, selling after. So we've actually kept hold of the auto loader there at the moment just because it was so much easier. So we will be using that for everything. Just a heck of a lot quicker to shift bales around. You can clear a field in one go. It means I don't have to cart the loader around with me anywhere either. So when we're doing smaller jobs, sure, the loader will be great. I might even look and change our trailer out to a low loader trailer so I can cart that around a bit easier. Or there's still a nagging thought in the back of my mind that I sell that loader, like a front loader onto one of the tractors there. However, we'll see where we go with that, and then we can decide at a later date. We don't have to make that decision now. But for now, we're going to keep on pushing through and see how we're looking in about 8 hours time, I reckon. Well, it's a good morning from the silage field here. We're waiting for the bale stores to open so we can actually sell off some of our bales of hay that we've made. Whilst we do so, we've got 1 field of wrap, so we're getting through it. There's 2 more bales left to go out right about here. But yeah, we've been busy. It's now 7:15, which means we've got about 3 hours-ish, 3.5 hours left to go. These are the last 2 fields, or last 2 bales that we need to wrap up. 1 field, the Renault is actually parked outside the bale sell point already because I forgot that it doesn't open until 8 AM. So that's ready to go. That's the first contract cleared, and as soon as we're done, we will be. What do you mean it's not? Oh, is that hay maybe? That could well be the first bale that came out of the field. It is. Oh, okay. So with that being said, that looks like we're all done there. Why are you not owned, I wonder? Anyway, these ones are interesting. All right, well, that's one we're not going to get done. But yeah, so we are all good to go now. There's the field on the other side of this hedge here. That's the big one. That's the big hay field. That's ready to go as well. But right now, we're just waiting. I'm pleased that we were able to get this bit done and dusted anyway. And then what we can do is, as soon as everything opens up there around about the 8 o'clock mark, we'll sell the first field. We can complete that contract. Probably going to leave this here for now. And we'll just bring them all back in one go. But as you can see, we're only allowed to do 3 gigs at a time. There are still a lot more to do. We're not going to get any more of these done today. You know, we've only got 3 hours left to go anyway. So we'll complete. So this one here is ready to be sold and completed there. And then we've got these 2 as well. So that'll be looking pretty good. And really, that's all we can do right now when it comes to some of the machinery that's here. I was sorely tempted by this actually, but that's going to wipe out all of our funds. And we're going to go for that Renault anyway. I am also interested in this. It will allow us to reduce our fertilizer costs because we can use this here to roll the fields down for our grass fields at least, and allow us to plant cover crops too. So that might be something we look into there. It's also a lot cheaper. But if we did go for it, we'd go for it with this beastie trunk on the back there so we can seed with it at the same time. But yeah, that's what we're thinking about there. Otherwise, we also need to look into a new drill. So when springtime does roll around there, we're ready to go with our establishment. Now that would be a logical option, but it is still quite expensive. What I was also thinking about maybe was tucking along over here and maybe getting one of these and sticking some form of cultivator on the front of it. And we'll see. But they are the options. That would be the even cheaper option again, actually. So that might be the best bet. Always stick one of these and get the tried and tested method of one of these and a power harrow as well. So maybe we'll do that. But yeah, ultimately, we just got to wait around until 8 o'clock, get everything open. Then I'm going to take the walk back on over to the Renault whilst we wait, and then yeah, we'll be good to go. Through the hedge here, like I mentioned though, is through this long old hedge. And around the corner here. These ones, this has all been rigged up and done. And yeah, we just need to come in with the auto stacker there, clear these up, and then get these taken away as well. So we're making good progress there. Got half an hour to wait. We'll get ourselves ready to go with the Renault, and we'll get this first contract done and dusted. Well, we're in. We're able to start selling here. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's spin her around. I believe it's this one right here. I guess we're going to find out very shortly. No, it might not be. It might be the one on the other side, actually. There's the one around here. There you go. That looks better. All right. So let's just dump these on into here. And then this will be the first contract. I'm not expecting to sell too many more of these than the contract requires, if that makes sense. But we'll get this done anyway. And then we got a little bit extra. Perfect. Excellent stuff. All right, so with that, let's get you folded up there. That's the first one done. So we can come on into here. That's completed. Let's collect it. Perfect. All right, that's a nice little bit of extra chunk of change. We're going to take this tractor straight on over to the large fields that we've just finished wrapping up there, so we can get that one taken care of. Get those wrapped up. We've got a bit of a drive for some of those. Some of them are close, some of them are a little bit of a stretch away, but that's okay. What we need to do though is just get on with it. So we're right down on there now. So it's going to be a bit of a drive. Anyway, off we pop and let's get some bales sold. Let's get this contract wrapped up and see what we're looking like at the end and how much money we've accrued from this mammoth session here. Okay, so we made it here. We're going to start where we can with the silage bale contract here. So we're going to get these all gathered up and get them sold off at Valley View. And then we'll come back and we will get cracking with the big hayfield there. Now, about 2 hours left to go. So it's going to be quick. It's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze, but time to get going. Well, folks, the good news is that this is the last of the bales that will complete our contract on the big field here. As time is running out, we've got about 15 minutes, but we'll get these ones sold and then complete it. You'll see we're at 115 grand. We're doing well, and that's with one more contract to go. The bad news is, when it was dark last night, I missed quite a bit of this field. This is why you shouldn't bale at dark, and obviously it's raining now, but we're going to leave it. You know, it's money that we would have lost because those bales would have been ours. But with that being said, we've got a substantial number of bales here with us, which will get us going well, and we just need to go and get this all finished off now. So we're going to take this one over to the store. It is the store at the south of the map here, and it's annoyingly a bit of a pig of a drive over, but you know, that's life. We will get it done, and then we're all set. We can think about how we're going to spend that money, and we'll probably end up doing that in the next episode. However, we will get this one over. It's been a busy 24 hours, and you know, as a result, we've already doubled our income before we finish this last contract, so that's good. There's more produce to sell at the yard, a few more strawberries and tomatoes to go away as well, so that'll bring in an extra little trickle of income there. But yeah, we'll be looking to add to a new member to the fleet here, and I'll have a decision around what I'm going to do, if I'll keep hold of the telehandler there or what that looks like. But the main thing is that we're done really, and we can focus on what that looks like moving forward. So very, very happy and pleased with that. And I think it's been a long, hard graft really, but you know, it's these things are always here to try us. So we will take that and we will run with it. So ultimately, we're going to sell this off. We'll get over to the store there. It takes a little bit of a drive, but we'll get on over it. We're going to run slightly over 24 hours, but because we've already got this bailed and, you know, we need to complete this thing. We've done 99% of the work. The contract's currently at 93, I think, and then it will be easily finished up with what's on the trailer behind me. So let's go and get that done, and I'll see you at the store where we can get this all wrapped up. So you can see as we're coming on into the village here, we made a lot of extra money from those silage bales, which is fantastic. And you can see this Renault is starting to really feel the effects of all the work we've been doing. A lot of damage to the body and the wear and tear on the tractor here. So something we might have to look into at some stage or another. Now what we're going to do is just shoot up here. And then we can get these sold off here nice and quickly. Yeah, busy. There's still a lot of baling contracts left, which I always tend to find there are during on Farm Sim actually, which, you know, we're in the end of October now. We won't be doing any more. We'll be looking to gear ourselves up towards fertilizer contracts and establishing new crops actually, I think. I don't know as well as I sit here and think if part of me thinks that we should maybe buy another field, but you know, we'll have to see what the costs are and see what that looks like around us as we get going here. But for now, at least, we won't focus too much on that one, and we can just get ourselves ready to go here. Unload. I've hit that, haven't I? Did that on the first time around as well. Wonderful. GG's, Sim. GG's. Lift you up there. That's wonderful. And then we'll just do this in ever somewhat slightly. Now this, I really hope this finishes everything off there, otherwise we're stunk. There you go, contract's finished. Nearly 3 grand there as well. As we come on in, we can complete it with another contract there as well. So we're looking at £129,000 with the produce that we have to sell at the yard there. We might get that up to 130k, which is great. Really is good and can allow us to set up for the future. All right, so we'll have to see how that goes. What I'd love to hear from yourself is what you think we should spend some of that money on. Should we stick it all onto... We're going to try and keep it a little bit just to support us over the winter months there, but should we maybe buy this little field here? That one there is not the biggest either, but I mean 33 grand for that one. This one here is £38,000 as well. So maybe we look to spend a little bit on that, and we can kind of slowly expand. We are looking to get rid of one of our grass fields anyway, so adding in another little grass field there may not be the worst decision. That is a good contract field though, so maybe we'll see. And then come around the corner here as well. So they're all kind of moderately priced there anyway. That is tiny. But yeah, maybe that's something we look into. But otherwise, we're going to be getting a new tractor, that's for sure. I might look to add a loader onto one of the tractors and then sell the telehandler there. And I also need to get a few bits of machinery just to diversify our fleet. But we'll look into all of that as we go. This has been 24 hours of baling, 24-hour baling challenge, really, to try and get ourselves into a position that we can afford to do this. And I think we are there. So great hustle. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And I will see you all in the next one. Till then, do stay safe. Enjoy what you're doing. And we'll catch you later.